Making his way to the cage is Tyler Watkins, the 27-year-old from Arcata, California, relative newcomer to the Bay Area combat scene, Steven.
Yes, and Watkins is coming in fighting in a southpaw style with experience in Army Combatives program with 2 years of jiu-jitsu out of Lost Boys camp from Arcata.
Yeah, one of the 3 Lost Boys fighters coming all the way from Humboldt County, about 5-6 hours away north of here, alongside his teammates Austin Moore and Andrew Guisa, who's going to be in one of the co-main events for the Bay Area Combat 170-pound title against Diego Lopez. And his opponent will be Eugenio Garcia, the 27-year-old out of Napa, California, fighting out of Main Street Hooligans Camp. So we're about to get set with official introductions with Jim Cooley, so we'll send it over to Jim. Actually, we'll give Jim a little time. I got a little ahead of myself there as Watkins is getting his final preparations. Garcia, we've seen him twice here on the Solana College Sports Network. He lost in a submission, lost to Sal Osorio, who's also in a co-main event here later tonight. He also picked up a submission win against Anthony Guerin in June 30th of this year. So 3 total fights in his career, all in 2018. 2-1 is his record coming in.
It's amazing. I'm really excited about these fights. Tyler is his first fight, and I really want to see how he fights against Eugenio.
Send it over to Jim.
Martial arts action in the 145-pound division. The man in charge when the action begins, Mr. Brian Tyler. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, hailing from right here in Napa, California. He represents Napa Fight Sports and weighed in at 146.8 pounds, Eugenio Garcia. His opponent, across the cage in the red corner, makes his home in Arcata, California. He represents the Lost Boys MMA and weighed in at 143.8 pounds, String Bean Tyler Watkins.
So String Bean going up against the hometown favorite Garcia. Obviously got a welcome ovation from this Napa crowd. As Brian Tyler, the referee, getting set for the first of these 3 2-minute rounds.
It'll be interesting to see Garcia's kickboxing style to go up against the Army Combatives program and jiu-jitsu style of Watkins.
So Garcia quickly getting control of the center of the cage, going with the left kick to the side of the body. Good combination of leg kicks and pressuring Watkins early, holding up against the cage.
See if Watkins can use his jiu-jitsu here to get Garcia on the ground.
Yeah, he's going for a trip there with his left leg, trying to push him over, but great base from Garcia to keep his balance. This is right where Watkins wants him, though, with his jiu-jitsu background. He has a good body.
Garcia's fighting for that double leg take.
Has his neck, going for the guillotine.
Ooh.
Down on top, though. He didn't have his cinched in.
Garcia gets out of it.
He's on top, going for a triangle now, but both arms transitioning to an arm lock. Definitely jiu-jitsu skills shown by Watkins early on.
Absolutely. Great job by Garcia, though, to fight off those lock attempts and try to pass those legs now.
Yeah, Watkins just a little bit off on that guillotine attempt, just didn't have the proper leverage. That triangle choke attempt did have both arms of Garcia were in that hold. So Garcia is just holding on now with 45 seconds left in this first round.
Watkins definitely looks in control in that guard as Garcia tries to hit his midsection there with the right.
Yeah, these strikes are scoring with the judges. He's attacking the head of Watkins from this great position. Watkins trying to use those long legs to shove him off, but Garcia staying in this top position.
Great job by Watkins trying to get his legs up and see if he can get an arm lock there.
So great back and forth battle on the ground here in this featherweight bout between Tyler Watkins and Garcia. Garcia with the hammer fist attempt. Lunging with that right cross. And following up with the flurry of rights again is Eugenio Garcia. And I think we're actually going to have 3-minute rounds. Sometimes when these fighters can mutually agree to longer rounds, they will go 3 instead of 2. It looks like that is the case here as Garcia still attacking, going for the arm triangle was Watkins, but again, Garcia fights out of that submission attempt.
Garcia's doing a great job of using his hands here to kind of fend off any attack by Watkins with his legs.
That right hand may have landed on Watkins again with the right hand. So just a flurry of punches from Garcia from this position. Watkins really needs to get off of the ground here or work a submission from the bottom. Has a body triangle with his legs. Maybe going for a Kimura, but again, Garcia fighting off those submission attempts.
It's easy to see why Watkins is nicknamed String Bean, as he uses those legs to really use them to his advantage.
So stellar first round from both of these fighters. It's going to be interesting what the judges value, because you can't fault Watkins for those submission attempts. He was going for several different times, guillotines, triangles, different jiu-jitsu submissions from the bottom, but Garcia was landing punch after punch after punch. What do you think these judges are thinking after that first round, Nicole?
I'm thinking that it's going to be really difficult to judge these rounds. Both fighters show their background 100%. We saw in the red corner the jiu-jitsu tactics, and then we definitely saw in the blue corner the kickboxing side. So I'm waiting to see the results.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to gauge these judges for the rest of the card as well. If you're a fighter in the back, you have to see what these judges are valuing if your bout does go the full 3 rounds. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one scored.
Now, Steve Barnett from Bay Area Combat likes to mix up the styles in the matches that he puts together. So I think that this is a great fight for what he likes to try to accomplish in the ring.
Yeah, absolutely entertaining first round. We'll see if these fighters can follow up with an equally exciting second round as round 2 is underway. Garcia again with the leg kick and pressuring Watkins against the cage early. Same game plan as round 1.
Let's see if Watkins can get him to the ground here.
Yeah, this time Watkins, though, has a position against the cage, going for a double leg takedown. He would love to work from the top position, unlike round 1 where he kept working from the bottom.
Garcia here seems to be doing a pretty good job with his base. Oh, and he's taken down.
He has an arm underneath the neck of Watkins. Let's see how deep this is. He was probably going to go for a guillotine, perhaps. He has one leg over, trying to crank the neck of Watkins.
Watkins could be in trouble here.
Yeah, Watkins is staying calm, trying to arm fight and get the grip under his neck off of him from Garcia. Trying to use the cage now to roll over. And he's able to escape. What an escape from Watkins using that cage.
Absolutely. It looked like Garcia wasn't able to get his right hand underneath to really crank on that neck.
And with that escape, he now has good top position against Garcia, trying to work into some side control. Maybe take his back if Garcia gives it to him. And now maybe working for an arm triangle attempt from Watkins. He wants to pass over the hips of Garcia and get on the other side of him, but Garcia using his legs to block that attempt. And Garcia now ends up on top. So back and forth battle on the ground from both of these fighters.
Garcia is definitely showing off tonight. That recovery was amazing.
Watkins trying to use those string being legs to get some distance between him and Garcia. Leg triangle perhaps, but no. Definitely doesn't have the legs underneath the neck to get that submission.
Garcia's striking with those rights there, and it's really taking a beating as Watkins.
Yeah, we'll see how much Brian Tyler will watch this from his refereeing position as he's letting both fighters fight here in the second round. A minute left in round number 2.
Garcia doing his best to try to fight off those legs and keep landing
going
those
for
punches.
The leg triangle. And you got to see Watkins getting a little spent there, fatigue with open mouth breathing from Watkins. All these attempts from the bottom have to be wearing on him.
And Garcia definitely looks like he has the benefit of strength here.
And now Watkins.
But Watkins also has a benefit of being taller than Garcia, and he's been showing up when he's on the ground with the legs. He keeps pushing Garcia away.
A good scramble, trying to get the back, but Garcia blocks that attempt from Watkins. I think Watkins is a little too tired. Trying to go for a guillotine. His left arm is underneath, trying to crank back. No. Garcia doing a great job of blocking those guillotine attempts from Watkins.
Yeah, I think Garcia is definitely going to get saved by the horn here because it looked like Watkins was definitely starting to get the upper hand.
So 2 rounds in this featherweight bout. Back and forth they go. Watkins going submission attempt after submission attempt, but Garcia landing haymakers once again. It's almost a mirror of round 1.
This is a great round, to be honest. I'm really proud of Watkins. We have to remember it's his first fight, and he's showing off too. He needs to be obviously careful because he's getting tired, and Garcia, we know that he lasts.
Yeah, in this next round, I look for Garcia to maybe see if he can keep it on the feet and, get some of those right hands landed onto Watkins because there's definitely a good chance of a TKO here in the 3rd round.
Yeah, fatigue is going to be an important factor here in round number 3 as Watkins, as we mentioned, first fight here for Camo. Garcia, in his 3 previous fights, only one went 3 rounds and went to decision. So Garcia only been in this 3rd round once in his fighting career here at the amateur ranks. Round 3 getting set. Brian Tyler, the referee, clearing the ring of any sort of debris that the coaches brought in when they talked to their fighters. So Garcia, Watkins, featherweight bout getting set here in Napa, California. Brian Nelson, Stephen Babb, Nicky Requejo here on the call here at the Napa Exposition Hall for Bay Area Combat. And we are getting set and underway with round number 3. Both these fighters fighting valiantly. Again, leg kick from Garcia to start out. The southpaw switches to orthodox in Watkins, going with that straight right hand.
Garcia seeing if he can land some kicks here to the body of Watkins and take advantage of his fatigue.
Yeah, Garcia looks fatigued as well. Already breathing from the mouth at the start of the round. Going for a head kick blocked by Garcia. Great combination from Garcia. Watkins looks a little rocked.
If Garcia can land those, I definitely think he could get a knockout here.
Spinning back fist lands. Kick to the body as well to Watkins. Garcia looking to pick him apart on the feet.
Yeah, Watkins definitely wants to try to take this fight to the ground here because I don't think he's going to survive standing up.
Yeah, the first 2 rounds, he had a fighting chance on the ground using his jiu-jitsu, but Garcia landing some punches here in round number 3.
That kickboxing experience definitely coming in handy here in the 3rd round.
So a minute has passed, 2 minutes left. These fighters have to be tired. Again, 3-minute rounds are usually reserved for the championship fights. As again, combinations from Garcia landing on Watkins. Watkins showing great toughness with his jaw, being able to absorb those hits.
Yeah, the first 2 rounds were definitely a toss-up between these 2 fighters as far as points goes, but it looks like Garcia has the upper hand.
As soon as Watkins switches to a southpaw stance, Garcia going back to those leg kicks. Oh, great left hook to the face of Watkins.
String being definitely stunned on that one.
Right eye swelling for Watkins with all of those attacks to the head from Garcia. Those left hooks landing, body kick. Followed by combination.
Watkins needs to start attacking on this round. If not, I don't think he can
That
take
leg
it.
kick really effective against that lead leg against Watkins as that knee buckled.
Maybe a lack of boxing experience here by Watkins, not having his hands up to try to block any of these punches from Garcia.
Yeah, the experience definitely sets in when you're this tired. Sometimes instincts take over, and when you don't have those instincts built into you quite yet,
Great left kick there by Garcia. Oh, and a spinning back fist that misses.
Yeah, luckily for Watkins, he was going for a strike of his own, and he evaded that spinning back fist as 40 seconds remain in this fight. This round 3, staying on the feet, unlike the first 2 rounds.
Oh, Garcia throwing
Garcia going with those hooks right there.
Yeah, those left-right hooks combinations landing.
And a really tired right there from Watkins.
Again, leg kick to Watkins' shin as Garcia just swats away the right-hand attempt from Watkins.
Yeah, not much behind those punches from Watkins.
Yeah, just looking to score here. He really needs to try to finish in this 3rd round, but with 10 seconds left, not likely as Garcia stays on his feet. Give it up to both of these guys as Napa gives a great ovation to both of these fighters, Tyler Watkins and Eugenio Garcia.
Yeah, both of these fighters are going to walk away from this match feeling pretty good about their efforts in the cage today.
So I think round 3 went to Garcia based off of the striking. Just Watkins, not enough in the tank and not really the accuracy that Garcia had. It's going to be interesting, though, to see what round 1 and round 2 was scored like because of all the submission attempts. Do the judges like that, or were they scoring for Garcia on those strikes?
I totally have to agree with you, Brian. Definitely round 3 was taken by the blue corner. Garcia showed and kept attacking one after the other, when in the red corner, Watkins showed that he was just tired.
So let's put on our prediction hats. What do you think the judges are going to score this one here, Garcia or Watkins, Steven?
I think it's going to go to Garcia. I think even when they were on the ground, he was able to land a lot of key punches to the midsection and face of Watkins. Even though Watkins had some great submission attempts, he wasn't really able to get close to any of them, and Garcia did a great job of evading on the ground.
And Nikki, I'm assuming you kind of agree with that
I
based
agree.
off of your analysis?
Garcia definitely took the first round, and the second one, maybe we can give it to Watkins, but the third one, Garcia definitely won.
Well, we'll get the official decision from Jim Cooley.
All right, guys, let's bring it in. We're just right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 action-packed rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. The judges scored this bout 29-28, 29-28, and 29-27, all for your winner by unanimous decision. In the blue corner, Eugenio Garcia.
So a 10-8 round was actually given to Garcia, but Watkins picked up a round from each of the judges. But unanimous decision win for Garcia. He moves to 3-1 in his career. Watkins falls to 0-1. Any final thoughts from this fight?
Go ahead and call me Jeannie, Brian.
Yeah, that prediction hat fits well. So we will go next to our next bout with Christopher Ryan Fernandez and Isaiah Perales, and a lightweight bout coming up next after this break.